Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch. This is the project we're making today. It's a masculine fun fold card. It's using one of the new stamp sets in the Celebration Round 2 brochure. Okay, so the following video was filmed live. Feel free to fast forward it. There's a free PDF over on my website, and if you need anything, let me know. Thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoy the video. And we are using another one of the items in this brochure. So yesterday we used, was that yesterday? No, the day before. We used the stinking cute Rise and Shine. I wanted to use this again today, but I thought I better not. But I am going to be making another one for this week. So now we're using the Well Dressed. So we're using Well Dressed and Well Said and By the Dock. So we are making a Father's Day project today, if you can't guess. Yeah, that's why we're using all of these. We're using 2 sets of dies, stitch shapes, and layering circles. And that looks like the same circle. It's not. They look the same though, don't they? Smoky Slate, 11 by 4 1/4. Basic Gray, 3 1/4 by 9 3/4. We have 4 pieces of the Designer Series paper. Now, I was going to try to use 2 different patterns, but our other pattern Designer Series paper, I couldn't find another one that really matched this paper for me. So we're going monochromatic today, which I love anyway. And I've kind of been on a kick again with that lately. I noticed all my Easter cards were all monochromatic. Oh well. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 4. No. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 5 1/4 by 4. 4 by 2 1/2. 4 by 3. And 2 1/2 by 3. And those are right. I did check them. Whisper White is 2 1/2 by 3. And then all of these pieces are scraps that we're going to be die cutting or cutting. Yeah. Okay. Yes, all of my family lives close to Nashville, but none of them were hurt. Thanks for asking. Yes, they're south. They're south of Nashville, and the tornado hit east. Yeah. That was pretty scary. My dad has been in 5 tornadoes. When I was growing up, I actually saw one. He and our neighbor was out in the field. Anyway, so back to our stamping. We'll talk afterwards, okay? So we're going to score this on the 11-inch side. I call the landscape side at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then we're going to take the Basic Gray and we're going to score it at the same measurements. So 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so let me get my bone folder. Just fold it on the score lines. Okay, now I told a friend last night that I'm still in the infant stage of making fun fold cards because I just started making these last year. So it does require my brain to think a little harder. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece and add it inside here. Okay. I have not used this glue this morning. I love this paper. And I'm not sure that I'm going to like the change I'm making. We'll see. If I don't, it's okay. I have my sample to show you. I've been up since 4. I realized, I don't know why I woke up, but I realized that I have a downline and a new customer that live in Mount Juliet, which I think was maybe the hardest hit. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I got to check on them and make sure they're okay. Okay, so then the next piece is going to get added to this layer. So we'll set this aside for a second. Yeah, so I sent my downline an email asking if she was okay. And then I'm still trying to remember the customer's name. I'm going to look it up as soon as I'm done with my coffee and a card video. Okay, there's that one. And one more. Now, on this piece right here, you could technically leave this one off. If you are a person that likes to write a lot of stuff, then you can put 2. I'm a person of few words when it comes to writing cards. Hopefully I said that right. So yeah, I usually just say thanks, love, heart, something. Brooke's just like me too. Both of us like struggle with what to say. We're always asking David, what should we say? Okay, so now we're going to set this aside for a minute because we need something to dry. So I'm going to take my white baker's twine and I want 16 inches, give or take. And now I'm going to take my light Stampin' Blend marker. Now, let me give you a piece of advice on this. You can color anything and everything with these alcohol-based markers. But when you're coloring your ribbon, when you're coloring anything, you can kind of damage the tip of your marker. So I'm actually using my old one, the one that is almost dried up. You can kind of tell I've kind of frayed the tip. So you look really closely. And that's because I've been cruel to it. And I don't mean cruel. I just mean like I've been doing this a lot. So I like coloring ribbon with my markers, but you could be a little gentler and just color like this. But I like to be quick and get her done, and I just go like this. And I know that's like not the best for the tip, but like I said, this is my old one. So it might go faster, actually, if I just colored it like normal. I looked, but I could have missed it, but I don't think that we have any smoky slate or basic gray ribbon. Okay, sorry guys. Somebody was calling me, and my broadcast cut off for a second, so hopefully you guys are still there. I don't like to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Too many things can happen. David's out of town and my kids are, I just don't like to I don't like to turn my phone off. Okay, so that's done. We're just going to set it aside and let it dry for a few minutes. And we'll go back to our card. So I'm going to take my liquid glue. So I'm going to place this like this. You guys have seen me make this card before. There's no way I could pull off a new fun fold today. One I hadn't done before because with us building the house and everything, I'm panicking now because I'm starting to think, oh Lord, the house is going to be ready in a few months and this house is not going to be ready to sell. I have so much stuff to still do. Okay, so I'm folding that over. And Now I want to put adhesive on this side, but only, you know, to right there. So that's dry now. So I'm just going to flip this over for a second. Oh, I did lose some people because of the phone. I think I did use the brush tip, didn't I? Yeah, I did, because you can tell I've really jacked it up. But you mean the tip? Maybe if I used that in, it would have been better. I don't know. Good question. Okay, so I was like, whoa, did I do that right? Yes, I did. It scared me for a second. I'm like, holy smokes, I messed it up. I didn't. It's correct. Okay, now, where to go from here? We're going to stamp. I got to remember what parts. Let's see. This is going to go in there, but we're going to stamp on it first. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we're using the Well Said stamp set. It says Happy Father's Day. That might be a little crooked. Oh well. Maybe we'll stamp them both crooked and it'll be like on purpose. And the little keys. So I'm making this one for my husband because I am. When y'all see the greeting on the outside, I'll explain. He is always losing his keys. That man has lost his keys so many times. So that's in the Well Dressed. And that's why it's putting it there, because that dude cannot keep up with his keys. And Chase is kind of sort of the same way, which is crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to take the hat. My granddaddy used to wear hats like this. Whoops. I feel like I need to stamp something else. I do. Let me open that back up. So the outside greeting is from By the Dock, and it's thank you for making a difference in my life. That would be my husband. I love the font too. I like the wording and I like the font. We're going to take the stitch shape die, stitch shape circle. Say that 3 times. And then we're going to cut out the basic gray. See, and I reversed my layers. So I don't know which is proper. Oh well, if we mess up, there's no right or wrong way. I'm going to get the big shot real quick. Okay, we'll put this one down here, this one over here. I was noticing when I was editing the video the other day that the handle on this thing is getting very, very gnarly. Okay, now the greeting. Okay, let's get all of our pieces back in here. Now, let's take our paper snips and cut this out. I'm not the best at this today. I think I cut 5 of these out before I got it right. I started on it too early. I needed to drink my coffee first. Okay, that looks good, don't it? We can go ahead and glue this down. Okay, now this is going to get glued to the basic gray scallop circle. And this one's going to get glued to the smoky slate. Uh-oh, grr. I moved it too quickly. Okay. Now I have my 16 inches of that white baker's twine that we colored. And I'm going to tie a bow. There we go. I'm going to curl the ends a little bit. And we might have to trim that. Okay, so this is going to go here. And I'm going to pop that up with my dimensionals. I wish I'd reversed the order now. I wish that this one was basic gray. Yeah, I wish that was gray, not smoky slate, but it'll be fine. Okay, so this, let's see, I'm going to add this here, and I'm just going to add some glue to it, maybe a little more. And the bow is going to get added with a mini glue dot. I know it's a dude card, but it's getting ribbon. It's not too girly though. It's just a little embellishment. And even though it's a dude card, I'm going to add a teeny embellishment. And David will probably never even see it there. So these metallic pearls are perfect. And I'm just going to take one and put it on the end of the U. I might have to trim that ribbon a little bit. Okay, so what do you think? It's cute, right? So I'll tell you the differences. So this is the one we just made. This is the one I made this morning. I can't even, oh goodness gracious, I turned my paper in a different direction. It's okay, it looks good though. Okay, so the difference is on this one, the card base, the main card is basic gray, and I changed it to smoky slate. And then this layer is smoky slate, but I changed it to basic gray. But I wish that this, let's see if this would look better. I don't know. They both look good. I'm over analyzing, right? For anybody that needs a bow tying lesson. I'm using this color because I have found that if you are new to bow making, or if you struggle, master it with bigger ribbon and then graduate down to the smaller ribbon, okay? So I start out with a bunny ear, just like that, okay? And then I take this and wrap it around. And then see my index finger right there? See how it's holding that? So I wrap it around, and then I'm going to take that piece and take my forefinger there and replace my finger with the ribbon and then pull. And then you make sure you hold this tight to get your ribbon. Because you know how you've seen bows that look like really gnarly on the middle? If you hold your finger there, when you pull your ribbon, it keeps that shape in it. You want to see it again? I'll go much slower. Okay, so the bunny ear, and then cross, and then I'm going to push that where my finger is, and pull. Whoops. And then keep my finger there and pull. See this big ribbon? It's much easier to do. Okay, y'all have a great day, and thank you so much. If you need anything, let me know.